Welcome, Scorpio. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your August monthly general reading. Uh, the full moon of Capricorn, the blue moon, is waning as we speak, and I am still feeling the incredible energy. I'm quite sure many of you are too, not only in our personal lives, but on the global stage. So thank you for being here. I appreciate your presence and your support of me to do what I do. So let's get started with your overall energy, Scorpio. We have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is really about your ability to be productive. Your creative ability is naturally encouraged by your consistent work ethic, your dedication and devotion to your task, as in love. This is about your ability to keep generating ideas, energy towards this abundance you're seeking. You are giving structure to a project, and you are like a caregiver nurturing all parts of this process. You are not setting yourself up to be the authority. You are merely appreciating the way the process feeds itself and generates the feelings of safety, security, and stability for this project moving forward and gaining the momentum that is resulting in a satisfactory effort of something new, something you're fostering and growing larger and more abundant. In the present, we have the Moon card. The Moon card, I believe, is a lot of the intense receptivity to the power of this recently passed full moon in Capricorn, remembering that this blue moon was conjunct the final degree. Pluto was conjunct the final degree of Capricorn. Pluto is your ruling planet. So you are emerging along with the rest of the world out of this 17 plus year process of, or more like 15, because Pluto has been very close to the Earth through its very elliptic orbit, and you have been processing a complete and total dissolution of structure and restructuring, rebuilding, renewing every aspect of your project, yourself, moving through an entire history and past of old behaviors that you have shed. And out of that is coming this ability to recognize how much support that you have, not only from within your own resolve, but from within the variety of entities that exist in the world that are available to you. This is in many ways you learning to ask for help at the deepest level of yourself, the ability to forgive yourself and to recognize that your projects and efforts are worthy of support, phenomenal support. There is no amount of love and devotion, attention, effort that you can give to the project you're working on. And it is allowing you to recognize the limitlessness of your resources here, the depth of your commitment. In the past, the Seven of Wands is really the essential foundation, the essential structure that has allowed you to come to this place of phenomenal renewal and a rebirth, is this ability to stand up for yourself, this way of setting clearer boundaries, of releasing the needs and desires of others that are not aligned with you so that you can operate from this place of your strength. You're clearing the decks so that you are uncluttered by the many responsibilities and obligations that you may have carried in the past. Understanding that your place of support was necessary then, but that is not the same position you're in now, that you are actually free to focus on those things that mean most, that bring most value to your life. And in so doing, you are able to stand up for yourself, to be clear in your negotiations, setting the terms of your agreements from a place of real knowledge, real resourcefulness, real wealth, inner wealth. In the future, we have the Nine of Wands. You are continuing to persevere, and in many ways, this puts me back in mind of your overall energy, the Queen of Pentacles here. The Nine of Wands is taking you to a place of absolute determination. This is you focusing the energy of the Queen of Pentacles, who knows nothing other than the steady work, devotion, dedication, and effort, the perseverance that becomes an act of love in and of itself. Here you have used that powerful groundedness that you bring consistently as a structure of your life, your personality, your goals, in order to not give up on something that you have been working at for a very long time. There's an indication here that you're switching your methods, but you have not given up the absolute focus of your ambition, and that you are arriving there uh, without any thought of releasing your goal, of not focusing, not moving forward. You are determined to reach a place of successful celebration and productivity for yourself. I hope this reading is clear for you, that you're getting something from this. Please like this video if it's resonating for you. Share with others who may find it useful. I always love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and always subscribing to my channel really helps to give back to me so that I can continue to grow and be here for you. And I pulled the card Grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. And I have pulled the octopus from the flora and fauna of Africa, and the key word is flexibility. Make progress, not announcements. Your next win requires some privacy. You can multitask and be more efficient without the distractions. Interesting how focus is the core of your flexibility here. The grief is part of the shedding of old experiences, clearing the decks of old expectations, old frames of reference, old beliefs, in order to make room for the emergence of this new powerful conclusion. I feel like it's as much about a success, bringing something home, only the home is a new place, a new destination, an elevation of your former imagination about what success can be. In the past, the Seven of Wands is clarified by the Three of Water and the Tower card. And I'm internally laughing because this is has been a frequent visitor in the more distant past. And this is, I would say, a signature of the waning full moon in Capricorn conjunct your ruling planet, Pluto. The tower is everything falling down, nothing turning out the way that you had envisioned it. And because it's in your past, this is really about releasing, having long released the ideas about the way, building a new idea of who you are and what your reality consists of. This is allowing the tower to fall down, allowing the structures to fall apart, recognizing things not serving you in the way that they may have been intended, and not internalizing their destruction, but rather recognizing the opportunity for you to insert your way, to move forward with a goal or a sense of control that seemed previously denied to you. So the Three of Waters is really reinforcing the positivity of this disillusion of the old structures, the breaking apart of a plan or an expectation that you've long understood was not working out in the way that you expected, but you have traveled this road of, in many ways, external destruction in the world, in your world, with a sense of resourcefulness, understanding that what supported that change, what supported that destruction was a real sense of your own contentment in your heart, a real commitment to who you are and valuing the resources you bring, the talent, the natural gifts that you bring to this project, this proposal, this thing that you are creating. I'm hoping that this is making sense because it's sort of a roundabout way of recognizing that the destruction that you have been experiencing throughout these past 15 years as a result of the transit of your ruling planet through Capricorn has actually been one of the elevation and the emergence of your talents, your gifts, your self love, your love of community, your love of craft and gift. In the present, the moon is clarified by the Page of Earth and the Two of Fire. Interesting, you are allowing the old to wash away from your experience, from your reality, the old constructs of your conception of success, of the creative vehicle that would be the most productive for you is changing. You are actually focusing with the Two of Fire on the future. You know what you're good at. You know who you are. And that is a foundation from which you can project yourself into a plan for the future so that you are moving away from the safety of the familiar, whatever that is. And quite likely you have been moving away from the familiar towards the familiar for a long time. The Page of Earth is indicating your openness and your ability to do that. You're doing this in a very procedural way at your own pace. So this change, this movement into something new that in many ways represents a homecoming for you is something that you are doing through according to a plan. You're feeling no pressure to do this outside of the pressure to accomplish something of value for yourself and others. You're building something of long-term value. You're building towards a legacy, and you're aware that you're taking your first steps at understanding where your gift and the creation of this gift sits into the larger world. In the future, you are clarified by the transformation card, which is the death card in some decks, and the hanged one. I'm feeling that the death card, the transformation card, is the most obvious thing that we are experiencing as a global community, in addition to your particular relationship to the ability to shed, to release the trappings of the old and to clear that away in order to be reborn. So, this is really about the staging for your rebirth that you are experiencing. And that is really creating a sense of newness at every level, even when, for many of you, this newness is about coming back home. But you are transformed as the returning hero of your own story. You are not the same person that you were naturally. We would hope not, but that you are more than transforming yourself, you're transforming your view of the world and your reality through this ability to shed along with the natural rhythms of the universe, the natural rhythms of history unfolding. You are experiencing newness at many levels in your life. And in order to appreciate the depth of this transformation, the Hanged one for me describes the ability to process all of this fundamental change in yourself and in the world. Because this is, in many ways, the vehicle of your creative gift, the ability to step back, to contemplate, to shift your perspective, to open up to the possibility of a broader way of looking at this, of syncing it together in terms of your perspective and your uh, philosophy, your ideology. You're actually allowing yourself to process this change through your gifts, through the ability to be on your own, in your own space, isolating yourself in a way that is productive, that allows you to emerge and to process through your craft, your work, your effort into something that is telling this story from multiple perspectives. That means something to some of you, and some of you that I'm speaking to are emerging through a highly creative process into new levels that are known thoroughly to you, and you're asking for the support of spirits, guides, ancestors, your history, the history, your familial pathways to access all the support and wisdom that you gained in this long process of change. I'm going to finish up this reading, Scorpio, with a yogic path oracle, and hope that this has been useful to you. I always love hearing your comments, your thoughts, and I pulled karma. I always, as I always say, love hearing, uh, reading about a new card, because I get to learn something new. Positive karma. You've done a lot of good on this planet, and the universe is rewarding you in her efforts. Life feels a little easier, a little more comfortable, a little more beautiful. You're walking on the path toward your Dharma, which creates the greatest karma one can experience. By saying yes to the purpose of your soul, you're saying yes to the greater power of the universe. Continue devoting your life to the service of spirit and life will continue to unfold its wonders. Thank you so much, blessed Scorpio. Until next time, namaste.